Hello, so glad you're here for day 28. Our practice today has kind of a similar intention of what we were doing yesterday, just to continue building the toolkit of ways to shift our attention to different aspects of the present moment and the impressions in the present moment to be able to come back to center, stay grounded, get resourced. So yesterday we felt the sense of gravity and the sense of levity. And today we're going to be sensing into what might be called different touch points in the body. And these are places that um, often for many people are easier to sense, that they are places in the body that already carry with them a lot of sensation. So, for example, if I say feel your diaphragm, that might be kind of hard to do. So, in any given moment out in the wild of the chaos of the day, sensing into my diaphragm might not be super helpful. But sensing into another place, like maybe the palms of my hands, even try that right now as I'm talking, it might be easier. There's usually more sensation to be contacted quicker in some of these places. And so I'm just going to guide you through some different options of touch points and let this be kind of playful, kind of experimental, and notice which ones feel easiest and most accessible to you so that you can stick them in your back pocket for a time when you need it. Okay, so let's experiment together. And again, without any judgment, it's not right or wrong if you can feel one part and not the other. It's different for everyone. So get comfortable, take a breath, and let the eyes gently fall closed or drop the gaze down in front of you and receive the sound of the bell. And we will allow sound to be the first touch point. We just heard the bell, which has now faded. But for a short while, the invitation is just in a really relaxed way to bring the attention to the sense of sound. What sounds are making their way to the ears right now, without me reaching out and straining to try to hear something. Just receiving. Maybe there's a blowing of a heater or a fan, or the ticking of a clock. Maybe traffic outside, or maybe simply the gentle sound of my own breath as it moves in and down and up and out. Allowing sounds to be a touch point that bring me into the reality of this living moment. And then I'll shift my awareness in closer to home. And checking in with this touch point of the hands. In whatever position the hands are resting, placing all of my attention there and receiving the impressions of what it feels like inside my hands right now. What energy is present there? Maybe a tingling or flowing or buzzing. Maybe there's temperature or touch. Getting really interested in the felt sense of my hands in this moment, which is different than any other moment. Staying with the hands and deepening sensation in the hands by keeping my awareness there. And then shifting the attention to the hips, to the undercarriage of the body. Checking in with this touch point. Getting curious, placing all of my attention there. What can be felt here in the hips? For some people, this place is easy. For others, it's hard, and you might not feel anything. That's okay. Just get curious about it. Keep the attention there. If you can't feel anything, that's still a sensation. That's called numbness. That's a sensation of numbness. So just get familiar with that. Letting go of any opinions of liking or not liking what I'm finding. And then in a relaxed but light-hearted way, I'll shift my attention up into the lips. There are a lot of nerve endings here. Maybe moving the lips ever so slightly, pursing and then parting them to help myself locate the sensations there. And then letting the lips relax and be still while I keep my attention there and allow sensation to grow and to deepen as I sense into what can be felt here in the lips. And I shift my attention inside the mouth. Noticing what captures my attention right away, right off the bat. Starting there and allowing my awareness to spread. Sensing the entirety of the inside of the mouth. Noticing if I am pressing my tongue against the top of the mouth unnecessarily, and letting the tongue relax and drop down. Sensing if the mouth is dry or moist. Can I sense the top of my mouth, the roof of the mouth? Maybe if I stick with it and deepen sensation, I might even be able to feel into the gums. Just getting really curious about the places in the mouth that I maybe haven't paid much attention to before in my sensation practice. And I let go of this area and shift my attention up into the eyes. There are so many little muscles around the eyes. But the eyeballs themselves are also quite sensitive. What would it be like to try to just sense the eyes themselves? Even with the eyelids closed, noting any subtle sense of movement of the eyes or the muscles around the eyes. What can be felt here? And then I let go of sensing into the eyes and just try a new experiment, an experiment of sensing my face, the whole face. What do I notice here? Are there areas of the face that are unnecessarily tense that I could loosen and soften? As I keep my attention trained upon sensations in my face, I allow sensations to deepen, to spread, to move and shift if that's what they want to do. And then letting go of the focus on the face and dropping the attention all the way down into the belly. What do I notice here? What can be felt? What can I feel more towards the surface, the periphery? But also, can I shift my attention inward, and is there anything I can feel deeper inside the belly? Maybe there's food being digested, some other movement of the organs. But maybe what I find here is something more like energy or space. So whatever I find in the belly, I just get curious about it and stick with it. Deepening into that sensation. And letting go of any specific touch point for a few moments, few breaths. Just having an expanded awareness of myself sitting here, my whole body. And I'm going to invite you to just choose one of the touch points that we explored, whichever one was easiest to connect to for you. And return to that one for 5 or 6 breaths. Just to reconnect with it as a reliable friend that you can turn to when you need to get re-grounded, centered, or present. Thank you so much for being here once again and practicing with me. I would love to hear from you in the comments below the video of which of those touch points was easiest for you. and that you might continue practicing with throughout the day or throughout the week. And maybe if you want to share which one was the hardest or the most bizarre, that's always interesting too. It's cool to compare different people's answers and see what the experience is for different people. So carry this touch point with you today, whichever one felt like a good support for you. And just keep practicing with it and see where it takes you. This stuff is all an experiment, and whatever you observe is going to give you more information about what works for you. So I will see you tomorrow. As always, please take good care.